We'll bring this meeting to order. First thing would be to approve the minutes. Last meeting.
Review them and I have a change.
Have a change?
She changed that page and we can sign and she can
Okay.
snap on that page.
What page is that?
The second page.
Okay.
While we're waiting here, we'll review the one.
I move that they be accepted as presented.
Second it?
There's the page with space on it, it's on. I move that the minutes be accepted as printed. You can sign it, it's just replace the back page. Here, there.
Minutes are pretty in depth.
Yeah, she does a good job.
Yeah, we were trying to get here earlier, but we didn't have the word leave. Right down, there they go. But you gotta make sure, you gotta wait till the. Normally, if there's any motion, it won't come on, so it's probably not gonna come on. Okay. Normally, it's just a scan where you just go for a minute, like Mark said, great.
This is right here.
How long have you got? Keep 580, and then straight down, yep, and then it's an address.
The next thing on the
Okay.
agenda is a local option election.
We've got two things to do here. One is to, well, I guess we got three things to do, I guess. The first is officially vote that we're going to hold it, because I think we just talked about it last time. So I move that we hold a local option election on the 31st of January, 2023, at 6 p.m. Community time.
I'll second that.
Okay, so keep that out of the way. Then we have a warrant article signed, which, it's a referendum election, so we just open up the polls in the morning and let it run to a closure. So we sign the warrant, and then you can go through the process of Connie returning the warrant and posting it and whatnot. warrant. And we're supposed to hold a public hearing no later than 10 days prior to. So this is a notice for the, put in the shopping guide next week, and providing a notice of the local option elections and the public hearing. So,
That's something you can get in this week, because you're gonna be gone next week, right?
Right, so, yep, I can do that this week. The deadline would be Monday for next week's paper, but I've got all week to do that. It's all written up and ready to go.
that, one piece left here, which I don't think there's anything for us to do, but Deb needs to make available and post these,
The referendum.
referendum ballots and make them available, absentee, no later than the end of the month.
So no later than the end of December.
Right.
Is she gonna have one of these, plus the warrant? To vote?
You don't need to post the absentee ballot, what's required is that you post the warrant and that you do the return of the warrant. Just to have it signed and certified that you did do it, did post it. These Deb just needs to make them available. That's what the law says.
Well, this is new to us.
I don't know, we did a referendum, election, maybe in my first term. And the, local option elections are very specific rules.
Okay, the next thing is a quick claim deed, 22 Bishop Delicio Lane.
We drafted one up, and we'll see how it goes. Sign it here. Usually Bob's at least wants something.
Next to your signature, does it say Selectmen?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things that makes it now. If it's just your signature, that's not sufficient. Has to say Selectmen Town of Baldwin next to your signature.
Yeah.
Okay, the next thing is 19 Dearborn Road.
Last time I talked to David Lowry, he suggested that we put no trespassing signs up.
Again?
Well, I don't know that we posted the no trespassing sign there, that was on the house already. What we put up was a condemned.
Oh, condemned, they took them down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have any down there.
I got great stakes if you want, that's all I can offer.
So, I just suggest that we do that. Because technically, I don't know what the rules say about prosecuting somebody for trespassing if you don't say no trespassing.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no.
I was out there this afternoon, and they had a smaller trailer, 3 previous time I was there, backed into the garage and they were loading all their tools in there preparatory to a move. That's back outside again. And I was told that because of all the snow we've had the last few days, it's kind of put a hole in the plans. Really? And, there seems to be more stuff in the property than ever. They built a small frame of sorts to put, it looks like snowmobiles or something underneath, and they got tarps over that.
Just setting up camp sounds like.
An outdoor adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going anyplace anytime soon.
Bruce, what's your thoughts on doing a, controlled training burn of the house?
If the camper is right where it was when I was there that day, it's a little too close, because that will burn it. Anything inside, I can see. No, I'm gonna say, it will catch stuff on fire inside, and once it catches on fire, you're not putting that out.
Yeah, no, but
That's my concern, is that it's gonna take the camper.
okay.
Another option would be to take out the garage.
On that note, should we go on burn?
He's probably gonna go up tonight and just touch it off, so.
No, that wasn't the,
Clean it up.
yeah, we'll clean it up.
So are they storing things in the garage, is that what you said, Don?
Well, it goes back and forth. They were all set to move a few weeks ago, but they got advice from somebody that they could get around it, they should call the Pine Tree again, which they did. We heard about it. And it seems like they are of the impression that come January 1st, the 7 months living in Canada restarts again. They've only got a couple.
So if we notify them that we're burning it and that the camper needs to be removed, otherwise it's gonna be damaged, heavily damaged with the risk of catching on fire.
Well, we wanna post it, no trespassing immediately. You can, that'd be the first step. And then, then we can discuss about the next step after that.
If you get the trailers moved out of the way, you make it happen.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Where are you gonna put it there, though? There's no room. I mean, if you just try to set it over or something,
Well, who knows what they've got, where, and what's in there, that's,
you'll live limited.
you know, they really need to be going right out of that area.
Yes.
That eliminates any problem.
Okay. Good. That's all I have, so, we can get some, no trespassing signs staked up around there, take some pictures of them.
Hopefully you can drive them around.
Huh?
Hopefully you'll be able to drive them around.
Yeah, I know, it's getting a little hard, I know.
Are there any trees that you could post them on?
Well, you know, purple stripes on a tree mean no trespassing.
You know, they're, well,
Two pieces of duct tape mean the same thing.
no, we want it to be clear what,
I understand
Well,
when
the sign,
when the sign's taken down, if there's purple paint underneath, you still stay the same.
You've covered all the bases, is
Yeah.
what Joe's saying.
what I'm saying is, put them up, take a picture that you put them up, come back a day later and they're gone, and know why.
The property on Cranmore, they
Nail
did
something
that,
in.
they put the stripes up and then they put no trespassing sign in Pulaski's house there, that's what they did, you know. So if the sign does come down, you still got the paint.
All right, the next thing on the list here is the amendment agreement for the Channel 8 tower.
You sign, buddy.
I've read it already online.
Yeah. That's where you sign.
So Bob, with this, election, where it's specific for the, alcohol, does it specify, you said no later than the end of December, how many days
Oh, this one?
the ballot has to be,
Okay.
absentee ballots have to be available
I
until?
believe it is 30 days.
30 days?
Okay.
Okay.
But I'll have to look again to say, make sure.
Where you stress that it differs from your standard general election type stuff, we wanna make sure that, it shouldn't be a problem, we should be able to do it fairly quickly because she's got it all typed up.
Might be on the other page. It's on my desk, I'll look it up.
Next thing is, letter to Maine DG Holdings, LLC, the River Road damage.
We signed the letter, this is to, Long Roads. That's your official title, yeah. It's accident, when you wanna come fix the pavement.
Next thing is Baldwin Active Kids budget. She's doing pretty good. She's got $5,316.40 in that account right now. She, you know, she started out, she grossed at $28,680. And her expenses are $23,363, so. I mean, yeah, she's doing okay.
You're doing good, yeah.
And I don't, if she needs to do something with that money or something to buy kids Christmas presents, I don't have a problem with it.
No?
Well, her email said that she, has 18 children enrolled that she would like to do Christmas gifts for. But she's open a full day on the 23rd and the week after Christmas, where she's planned for 2 daily snacks and lunch for that week. So she was gonna try to make it work on the credit card, but I believe her credit card is a $500 limit. So she was concerned that that might be kind of. So I don't know that she was concerned so much about the amount of funds that were available, but what was readily available for her to access for that week in the gift.
She didn't ask us how much she needed or nothing,
No, she was just concerned about the credit card. Not having enough on it, you know, in terms of a limit and going over. I'm not exactly sure how Ariel, she tended to avoid that. I don't know if she did more cash with reimbursement that way, personal stuff that offset it. But Megan is sometimes challenged with the $500 limit at different times, and it's not that she's doing anything out of the ordinary, it just, I think things cost a lot more now too.
$500, I mean, $500 is $500, don't get me wrong. In the scheme of things, $500 is not much money today.
No.
I mean, you go to the grocery store, there's $250 right now.
Yeah.
$4.79 for eggs today,
Cool.
for a dozen.
Serious.
So I don't know if Debbie could increase her limit if you feel comfortable increasing it to either like $750 or $1,000 is what I was thinking.
Do you guys think?
I'm okay with it. I think we can trust them.
Want to double it?
Yep.
Yeah. I borrowed Debbie's card one day, so I can go buy something.
No, really?
Oh, it was the Starlink. Cause my limit's 500 and the Starlink is 6.
Oh.
So I used Debbie's card to order it.
Do the same thing we have?
Double ding.
I don't know, I don't trust him.
Don't you worry, Debbie keeps a pretty close eye on me.
Oh, yeah.
So increase both, road commissioner and Megan, CAK, too?
I would say so, yeah. Even because he needs five. We're giving out money now, but we'll see the guy.
You double yours?
Getting in enough trouble, isn't it?
Don't trust him, he lost his first time.
Bruce, what's your limit?
I'm not sure.
5.
It's probably 5, but I'm not sure.
It's the same.
So he hasn't got up there yet, so.
You and Debbie were the only ones with 500.
Well, I wasn't aware that I had that limit. Unbeknownst to me, I thought it was 500, but she informed me otherwise this week.
There was a question I saw in an email, I guess it came around today about, fuel assistance. One of the churches donated some money.
Right, so, the Riverside United Methodist Church Men's Group donated 5 $25 Hannaford cards to be used, at our discretion for needy folks.
Was that for fuel?
No, that's for food, Hannaford.
Yeah.
So that was that piece of it. And then Debbie brought up that we have a separate heating oil fuel assistance, town fund for those people that kind of are in the donut hole that don't qualify for general assistance. And we have a young mom with two children that, did not qualify for general assistance, but could use some extra help, as well as another family where there's an illness, an operation, or something. And Janella Douglas called and spoke with Debbie about that family. So there's 2 families that might benefit from the Hannaford cards, and maybe some help with fuel out of our fuel fund. Now, what I first sent you that figure was diesel fuel, because that's what Debbie had given me. It wasn't heating oil, it wasn't the heating oil fund, but,
You won't be able to run your truck.
if you give all your money away.
Some days it is.
Well, I just wanted to comment on, about the food, cards. We don't really have a policy on it, but we do have one on the heating, fuel monies. We have a reserve account that holds money that's donated.
Mhm.
And quite often the churches are the ones who donate the money
Right.
for that. And our policy says that Deb can issue that money
Okay.
at her discretion.
So in years past, and working on the other side with, the Hannaford cards, because sometimes they would come at Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
or, we kind of worked with general assistance in terms of, you know, if they had anybody that they knew was needed.
Yeah.
But the heating fuel one,
That's
the
good.
policy is the treasurer can issue.
Okay.
So the other family that needed the clothes and stuff,
Yeah.
you can get that taken care of?
Yeah, the auxiliaries donated, $400 for that, for a gift card for them.
Yeah.
So as soon as we get it, I think Jen McKinney's the treasurer, so, she's supposed to be getting it, so. Just if we can, we'll get it to you, and she can get it to Mrs. Quimby, and she can.
Yeah, she mentioned having, the dad come in to pick it up. So
Okay.
if you're comfortable with that,
Yeah.
I told her that we were having a meeting tonight.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't know if you would rather do some Christmas shopping or give Dad the card, so.
I'll give them the card.
Okay.
We discussed it last night, and, you know, nobody really had the time to walk and shop.
Yeah, she was, really thankful and appreciative.
Yeah.
And I thanked her for reaching out to us on behalf of her client.
Right,
You know,
right,
it
yeah.
shows that she's caring and
Yeah.
trying to help too, so.
They're pretty good down there, sweet.
Mhm.
Right, so that takes care of those 3 instances then.
Yeah.
The food pantry is still available. I think we give 31 families out today, and I probably put 30 steaks back. So we had, you know, we had some stuff left over and stuff, which you do every week, so prefer them down by it too, if you want them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
it's all good food. So,
I'll let Katie know, that mom that didn't qualify, that would be perfect
yeah.
for her.
Everything Katie said that there's a lot of fuel assistance money available through her, or not through general assistance per se, but through other programs, through Opportunity Alliance and the state fuel heating assistance programs. She can help direct people toward that, so.
Yeah, we always try to direct them to her first, because she's got all the resources. But sometimes, occasionally, people just won't qualify, they make a little bit too much, or.
Yeah.
Well, then the emails we get today, they say that you're gonna dole out so much money to each town.
Didn't read that.
So, I mean, there's gonna be money available outside, we just have to go get it, that's all. All right. Well, you get anything more?
Other than, I reached out to, the county sheriffs for information.
Oh, I see that.
I got a whole bunch. I didn't forward it to you yet, but there's a bunch.
Enough so to start the ball rolling.
I think so. I'd have to go out and look at the timeline. I asked them for 6 months worth of, stuff, and, I think I've got 7 or 8 incidences.
Jeez.
Interesting reading.
I'll enjoy that one.
Jimmy, you get anything?
Yeah, last week at the San Juan committee, we discussed having swimming lessons. And the question came up with, the swimming lesson's gonna be district-wide. And with our policy about town residents only, would that conflict with that? When I talked to Mr. T.S. Hines, he says his family would be agreeable to let people from out of town come in and do the.
It's only for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's only 2 weeks. And the other question was, insurance. The insurance would cover it.
We got that answer today.
Oh, yeah, okay, so, okay.
If they use their insurance, we gotta be put on this, what word I'm looking for?
It's like added to the binder,
Yeah.
and they had to sign, we'll have to sign a use agreement.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's looking like things could move ahead here and stuff, as far as I can see.
Yeah.
What we was worried about was the ordinance. You know, the ordinance says revolving residents only. So, there's always gonna be somebody out in left field that's kinda feeling us out,
Yeah.
so. But, 2 weeks,
Yeah, that.
I think that you get better out of it than what it's negative.
Yeah, I do, yeah, I think so.
It's funny, I had Sanford wrote down here too, so. I didn't know, but with our insurance company, they'd want a second lifeguard, you know, and first aid kit down there and all that stuff. I'm surprised they didn't come up with more stuff.
Yeah, I know, yeah, you're right.
Well, he did say, Mr. Baloo, the, insurance representative there, he said there's no guarantee that ours would cover it, but, theirs would be first in line, and then with cases such as that, they go after the town or anybody that is involved directly. And they would have to prove that somehow the town was responsible for the accident or.
So this would be under the rec
Rec council.
and, okay.
Yes, So if you look at that that email from Mr. Fuller, maybe forward that to Emily and Kenny, McKenny.
Yeah.
It's pretty big.
Is it really?
Yeah, I was surprised. Well, that's all I got. Martha, you get anything? You're on vacation next week, so
Yeah.
spill it on us tonight.
Right, so I'll just try to get as much as I can done this week before I'm off, so.
Chad? Mary?
Well, I don't really have anything, I was just wondering, I remember when I taught here at Baldwin, Bloomington Lumber always used to give money for kids that were needy and for Christmas gifts. I know they changed hands.
They still do.
So what happens to that?
It goes to the district.
Oh, so the school district's taking care, okay, that's all, I'm just curious.
Yeah, they raised the employees raised $1,500 this year to go with match.
Wow. Yeah, I remember Carrie Foley.
Most people don't know much about that.
I listened to it.
Well, I remember when Carrie Foley was teaching here with me, she was in charge of buying all those things, like overwhelming.
It's a Robert's lumber.
What you said, somebody matched it?
Yeah, when? So the employees, they all pulled together, and they ended up with $1,500 out of the employees, and then Wynn matched the $1,500.
Okay.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Good.
So the district's gonna take care of it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't think
My father retired from down there,
so. Yeah?
so some of the stuff I know bits and pieces about, and some stuff I'm sure I don't know nothing about.
I just remember Carrie, because Carrie and I have a pretty close affiliation, because my fifth graders would read to her kindergartners every Friday afternoon. We used to do all kinds of really fun, cool things, and she and I used to talk, and I remember her being real stressed out one year, because she had to do all the shopping, and she was given like names, and she always did a fabulous job. I know she was stressed out.
Yeah.
Dawn?
I'm all set, thank you.
Joe?
All set?
Chris?
Trees got cut on Sand Pond today. Ricky did a good job. I got Jack Wadsworth, contacted Jackson Family Trust. I guess Peter drove all the way from Vermont to look at the two trees and decided it weren't a big deal. He was fine with it, so that was good, and I wanna thank Joe for working with us, let us take some of his trees, and we're gearing up for a big snowstorm. That's all we got, and we're waiting back for 21. I think that's it.
Oh, thank you for the work that was back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right, too. Something.
Only one scary moment.
Now you called me, the rock was this big?
Yeah.
You get out of the hole, it's this big.
Yeah. I kept digging on it, and it was looking bigger and bigger, and it ended up being two little rocks side by side, but when we first started looking at it, it looked pretty big to be sitting on top of the septic tank. It was still big to be sitting on top of the tank, but.
Really?
And usually it's fine fill over the top.
Yeah, no, it was,
Obstacles.
yeah, it was probably, I thought it was probably that
Pretty good
long.
size,
and-
but it looked much bigger in the hole.
Yeah, well, in the hole, it looked like there was two of them, and then, or one, and they ended up being two of them, but
Still a lot of weight for it.
right on top.
Sheesh.
And I don't know if you guys wanna write it down, but the tank's 52 inches below grade.
52?
So if you wanna write it down on the plan, so you know.
And the plan is,
Wait, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty deep.
Yeah.
Groundwater is even deeper, or even shallower, I guess, so you'd say. Cause we found the cover and we started shoveling around the cover, and it started filling out.
Oh, that, really?
That was it, and I come up and saw Brent, and he had pumped it out and whatnot, so he could get the cover, find the cover again.
Yeah, it was a lot of groundwater, I guess.
Makes you wonder how the a few words.
It's, well, right there, they're below the till level, so it's, the water can't sink below it.
Right.
So any hole that you make, it fills up with water.
I assume the septic field's higher than the tank is by far, since it's a pump station,
Yeah.
a lot of groundwater.
Bruce, you get anything?
Yeah, thanks for letting me have the guys, we got 2 generators sitting down the other way now. And it took all of us, and I was glad to have the help to do it, and the drains, and some of them. We got it out, anyhow. But
I heard
it
that,
said
but
3
it's-
hours, and I said, no, it's gonna take longer than that, well, we were supposed to do it, I was.
Only it's on the money.
Yep, yeah, they come out, Sally Beeson, once we had a plan made, so, and I guess they're setting down the place, right?
They're setting down
I
there,
haven't
right.
seen them, but they're here on property somewhere.
So we have them then.
They're here.
Good.
We got them.
So when you want me to bring up yours, let me know, I'll bring it right up.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I got to walk through God's World today, and quick rundown, I talked to the manager that's with the, about the gas plant, she walked around.
Yeah.
I told her I couldn't make, demand and suggestions like that, but if there's a few things I see, in the building that they've just done out front, and I was just talking about it, going upstairs, there's an upstairs there. In the room up there's no smoke detector or anything, in the attic there is, but this board closed, so I recommended they put a smoke detector, right on top of the stairs.
Yeah.
And the other building, there's another building, it looks to be like a garage in back that they're working on right now.
Yeah.
And I kind of recommended, there's nothing in there either, that they tie that. I'd like to see it separate, so that if it comes in as that building, I know it's that. But if not, you know, case B, I'd like to see it tied in, so at least when there is smoke or something, they're able to watch, so the fire is small when we get there, and not big, and tie it in. And right now, it's not tied in, but she was pretty agreeable to, you know, give it to somebody in management service or something like that.
They putting up a new building?
There is a building that they are working on in back.
It's already there.
It's there, the foundation's there.
So Bruce, for further clarification, when you say tie-in, you mean all on one alarm system?
Yes. Yep.
I was just wondering about the conditional use permit, because boy, did we hammer that one out.
I can't tell you about that, I don't know.
No, I mean, if they're doing something new, then,
Well, they had a garage that burned, and they have a building permit to rebuild it.
There's not so many years or anything.
Pardon me?
When the garage just didn't burn recently.
No.
I was under the impression it was not that far back.
The foundation looks like it's been there for a while, I agree with it, it's not brand new.
Within the last 18 years.
Right, yeah. I don't remember ever having a fire on it.
I doubt it's part of their conditional use permit.
Well, if I had access.
All right, let's not get started.
To get to that, it opened another can of worms for somebody.
Well, we'll figure it out.
She's pretty much agreeable with everything that we talked about, so with the relationship, it's pretty happy
Good.
with it. They're talking about a retaining pond, and if it's not big enough, I'm not gonna jump into a small pond and hold a little water out. We're going to break the brook, run the 5-inch hose that we got from them, and run it up to there. And I do have to check the monitor again, somebody has hit it, but it also looks, to me, it's in good shape. I'd like to see it was, when it was hit, so I know what it's like, so.
Yeah.
I just told some weekend I would go up and hook a truck out there and put 100 pounds to it and see how long it lasts. See if we got a leak or no leaks.
Yeah.
That's about the only thing I can do with that.
I thought there was supposed to be a permanently mounted monitor gun.
It is, but it got hit. It got hit. And now, when I got there today, it's back up. When I mean back up, it's upright. I don't think it ever got tipped over totally. It sounded like it just got hit and even around.
It's probably moved 8 inches.
Well, it's pretty straight today. So, I can't think of anything
conditional use permit wasn't that gone over a couple of years ago, a few years ago, when I was chief? Because they wanna put another propane tank
Right.
there. Did you guys review that again, or?
We reviewed the whole
Yeah.
thing,
Some of them.
because actually, they never took out a conditional use permit originally, they just built it.
Oh. Like, that's right, too,
That was, I should say, that was the assumption that some people made.
Yeah. I remember Norm really pounding the hose that they never gave it, you know, never got the
Right.
hose that they were promised. And they finally did during that, okay.
Yep.
Stevie? Nothing at all? All right. Do we have, a group meeting set up yet?
Staffing?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Do you wanna do that now, or?
Sure. First of January?
You wanna wait that long? Well, it's,
Holidays.
yeah, you're right.
We used to do it like the first Wednesday of the month.
The problem I have is that I call kids back and forth to school, so I have to leave here about 2:00.
Oh.
And, I don't know, some weeks I don't have to, but I can't tell you in advance right now what it'd be.
Well, let's play it by ear then, because I mean, we never know when a storm's gonna come or something that could screw you up and stuff.
But usually if it would be a Thursday, that would be fine.
Thursday's fine with me.
Yeah, because usually Thursdays are free for me.
So they're gonna be on vacation next week. Or not next week, weekend, well, I guess, I'll just find next week.
Well, we can schedule it for, after the start of the year.
Yeah, get after New Year's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I do, that's what we mean.
Like at 2:00 on a Thursday?
Yeah.
On Thursday.
Yeah.
Because on Thursday the 5th, I have a colonoscopy.
Good luck, have fun.
Done that.
Yeah, red book, all that, all
Not bad,
that.
that's not bad. I had, my mind,
Starts at 12:00.
I think I slept in most of it.
That's not good, suppressive.
Yeah, you don't want to venture far away from the toilet.
It was the not eating that killed me.
Yeah, right.
It was like, mine was at like 3:30 in the afternoon, you know how long that is, to go without food?
Yeah.
I'll exclude this conversation from the meeting. I tend to get a little wordy, but I'll be sure to leave this out.
Oh, come on.
So, the second week of January,
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
what is that?
See the 12th.
The 12th? So Thursday, January 12th at 2. That will give us some time to include Megan and,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. That's all I got.
I move that we adjourn.
I'll second it.